by the discard and choppy water that they produce. For more information, visit www.floridadisaster.org.
Good work, Private. In transmission.
Brought to you by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
Talk 1470, WWNN, Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Hi, this is Michael Blum. Join me on Mondays from 9 to 11 p.m. on WNN for The Michael Blum Show, where we talk about the things you don't want to talk about. We talk about sex, substance abuse, spirituality, and politics. Think, speak, and be heard. Join us on The Michael Blum Show.
Have you been hurt or embarrassed by a drinker's behavior? Do you tell lies to cover up for someone else's drinking? Are plans frequently upset or canceled, or meals delayed because of the drinker? You are not alone. Al-Anon family groups are for relatives and friends who have been affected by a loved one's drinking. There are over 15,000 Al-Anon family groups that meet every week throughout the U.S. and Canada. People who have been in the same situations and felt the same frustration, disappointment, and embarrassment will share what works for them. There is hope for anyone who has been affected by someone else's drinking. Are you troubled by someone else's drinking? You might be surprised at what you could learn in an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. For more information, go to alanon.org or call 1-888-4-AL-ANON to find an Al-Anon meeting near you.
AM 1470 with even more information you can use. Are you suffering with chronic pain? Tune in for No Bones About It with Dr. Alvin Stein. You'll learn non-invasive techniques that can help you get rid of your pain without the use of harmful drugs or surgery. That's No Bones About It with Dr. Alvin Stein. Tuesday mornings at 11, right here on AM 1470 WNN, South Florida's Health and Wealth Network.
Hi, this is Terrence Howard. My mother was the cornerstone of our family. She shaped me as an actor, a musician, as a human being. So when she was diagnosed with colon cancer, it was like our whole family got cancer. And she died when she was only 56, so this is personal. Now hopefully my heartbreak is your wake-up call. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer, but you can prevent this disease. Screening finds precancerous polyps so that they can be removed before they turn into cancer. I've been screened. If you think that you're at an increased risk like I am, ask your doctor when to start screening. And if you're 50 or older, get screened. I don't have my mother anymore, so please, do everything that you can to stay around for yourself and for your family. Screening saves lives.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This is Talk 1470.
Talk 1470.
WNN.
Hi, this is Morgan Freeman. Has anyone ever said, you're the picture of health? You look healthy, you feel fine, but that may not be the full picture. Colorectal cancer is the second leading cancer killer of men and women over 50. Since it doesn't always cause symptoms, you may not know you have it. The only way to know is by getting screened. Screening can find precancerous polyps so they can be removed before they turn into cancer. This is one cancer you can prevent. Plus, screening can find colorectal cancer at an early stage when the chance for a full recovery is very high. Talk with your doctor and get tested for colorectal cancer. Medicare and many insurance plans help pay for screening. Get screened. Make sure you are the picture of health.
A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
General, we've spotted a rip current on the Panama City Beach shoreline.
Notify the local lifeguards. And get me all the info we have on rip currents ASAP.
Yes, sir. Rip currents are strong, narrow currents that flow away from the beach. They can form at any time of the day and any day of the year. They can be identified by the discard and choppy water that they produce. For more information, visit www.floridadisaster.org.
Good work, Private. In transmission.
Brought to you by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and this radio station.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Golf and Travel Show, the place to fine-tune your swing, dress for the course, club, or cruise, and get tips on the best places to play and stay at the right price. vacation, or staycation, host Dan Schub, along with his expert co-hosts and guests, will tell you where to go. To play golf and vacation, that is. Now, here's Dan.
And welcome to the Golf and Travel Show. I'm Dan Schub, and I'll be your host tonight. And like we do every week at this time, we're going to be talking a little bit of golf. We're going to be talking some travel. We've got some wonderful guests for you. And it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Some of the guests, I'll tip you off a little bit. First, we've got, we're going to be talking to Michael Wattila, and he's the account manager for Misty Mate, and Misty Mate is a great product to talk about this time of year as we're heading into summer. It's products that will keep you cool and calm, and you don't want to miss that. We also have Kieran Barry, and he's the marketing and product manager for Great Value Vacations. .com. I gotta add the .com. And he's going to be talking to us about a very, very, very unique trip to Northern Ireland to see a hometown guy who's going to be performing there, somebody who I like a lot. We've listened to his music briefly on the show in the past, and that would be Van Morrison. So you want to hear about that. That's a really, really cool opportunity. And then last but not least, we're going to be talking to Molly Mandel, and she is a family travel blogger at uniquefamilytraveler.com. And she's been on some very, very cool trips of late, and she's going to let us know all about them and great places and some tips and hints when you're traveling with the kids and the family. You don't want to miss that. But at this time, what I always like to do is let everybody know who's sitting here in studio with me, and that would be none other than my co-host, that guy with the perfect swing, Jess Frank, who is a PGA teaching professional and the owner of the Jess Frank Golf Academy at Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club in Boca Raton, right where we are sitting. Jess specializes in on-course instruction with V1 video analysis. He believes that every lesson in swing is different, and he likes to focus on the scoring part of your game, those short shots that you get taught on the golf course, because that instills a lot of confidence. Some of you may know him from his work at area country clubs such as St. Andrews, Boca Lago, and Broken Sound. Jess loves to teach and has a passion for the game because golf can be challenging if you haven't noticed already. Jess makes it easy for you to learn and to excel, and it makes it easy for me to do this show every week. How you doing, Jess?
Excellent, Dan. Good evening, sir. Good evening, all our listeners. And another beautiful day here in Boca Raton. And Dan, I have to say, you're looking very sharp in your Misty Mate Arctic tie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And you look pretty good in your cooling cap. So
check us out on the Facebook page, either one of the Golf and Travel Facebook page or my own personal Facebook page or the business page at Jess Frank Golf Academy.
Are you soliciting votes? Is that what you're doing here?
Yeah, pretty much. I want to get the votes in because I don't know. It's tough to keep up with Dan though, so it's tough to keep up with you and your solid look around here.
Somebody's got to do it, you know. But you know what they say out on the golf course: if your swing doesn't look too good, at least you should.
As long as you look good, that's half the battle.
Yeah, absolutely. So Facebook.com, the Golf and Travel Show. Take a look at the photos, and we want your votes. And we're going to be finding a little bit more about those Misty Mate products to keep you cool in just a minute. But I also wanted to talk briefly to you about our little excursion on Wednesday night. We don't usually see each other on Wednesday night, so it was a real treat.
It was.
Not so much you. No, I'm just kidding. It was a real treat to see you.
It's always a treat. But
the real treat for both of us was we got to see our good friend Nicole Henry.
Nicole Henry, what a voice. She is amazing.
Yeah, we had her on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
And she is a local product from down Miami, not too far from here. But she has a residency going on literally up the block from here at Meisner Park at Jazz Is Nightlife. This was the second monthly appearance that she made there. So if you have not seen her yet, or even if you have seen her yet and you'd like to see her again, her last performance of this particular run is on July 23rd, another Wednesday night at 7 and 9 p.m., and that is at Jazz Is Nightlife in Meisner Park in Boca. And for more information, what you can do is you can go to Jazziz, that's Jazziz, Nightlife, NIGHTLIFE.com, or NicoleHenry.com or give them a call at 561-300-0730 for more information. And if you are not in the Boca area, maybe you're in the New York area, 4th of July weekend, the 4th, 5th, and 6th, she'll be performing 2 shows a night at Blue Note, a beautiful club up in New York City. And August 3rd and 4th and 5th, this might be more convenient for you, although I doubt it, she will be performing at the Cotton Club in Tokyo.
Very cool.
Yeah, cool, not so convenient.
No,
not for us.
But Jazz is right down the street here in Boca.
Oh, yeah,
so
and it was a really cool club, right?
Yeah, it's neat. It's a great place to go and hang out and listen to some really, they have all kinds of shows there. And I know they have Oates coming up from Hall & Oates.
Yeah, not to be confused with Hall & Oates, just Oates. But it's a small venue, obviously. You're not going to see Hall & Oates in a small venue like that. So
it's very,
Jefferson Starship, they said, is coming, so a little more of the rock type music.
Sure. But, Nicole is not only, beautiful woman. I mean, just an amazing voice and just so nice and interacts with the crowd and just a true treat to get to see somebody like her in such a small venue.
This particular show she's billing as Definitely Diva, celebrating powerful and passionate music of iconic women of jazz and soul. And that is true. It is some great stuff.
100%.
And speaking of great stuff,
yes,
every week you provide our listeners with some pearls of golf wisdom.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I just have so much fun teaching and get so much joy out of helping people hit the ball better and have more fun, and that's what it's all about. I mean, when you play better golf, it just makes your day better, I think, and for
makes your life better.
It makes your life better, and you're better, and better.
Well, they say that a bad day on the golf course is better than a good day at the office.
Yeah,
or
but
any
even
day at the office,
I'll tell you what, but a good day on the golf course,
better than almost anything.
Better than almost anything.
Yeah, I may even say anything that's possible, but
I'll tell you what, if you play a good round of golf, I mean, you can bottle that feeling and repeat it, hopefully, but there's nothing like it, really.
It's exhilarating.
It is. It's, if you played sports growing up, whether you hit a home run or you sink a 3-point shot or any type of, tennis, when you hit the sweet spot, there's nothing quite like it. And actually, I want to, take something that, very interestingly enough, I saw Martin Keimer working with it at the U.S. Open.
Martin Keimer,
who ended up as the U.S. Open champion.
Is he human or?
No, he's I mean, winning the Open by 8 shots at that golf course is just truly it's mind-boggling. But and it's funny because I took a lot of golf lessons with Martin Hall, who's on the Golf Channel now.
He lives in my neighborhood.
Yeah. Yep. Great, wonderful teacher, and I learned a ton from him. And he's kind of one of my mentors, and I always love watching him because he's such a good
Did you see him this year at the golf show? I spoke to him. Maybe we were together. I don't know.
We might have been, but he's always there. Just a good man, good person, great personality, and it's funny. I had taken a golf lesson with him, and then I watched him teach, and he used a little a foam ball, and if you go ahead and you feel like you're gripping the club, and you put a foam ball in between my forearms, and he kept that foam ball in there, and I hit a bunch of shots with that, and I was struggling with getting a little steep on the downswing, which means that the shaft gets too vertical on the downswing, and really helped my game. And so I keep things in my mind that I know that will help people play better golf. And it's so funny. That was almost 13 years ago that he did that with me, and I've seen him do it with other people as well. And so today I had a gentleman there who I've worked with for a number of months now, and we've been working on trying to make him a little bit better ball striker, and working on his extension, and he's struggling with his turn and connection. So we did we did that drill. I took his head. I didn't have a foam ball, but I took a head cover or towel, and I put it between his forearms, and he made a bunch of little swings. He started a little chip swing, then he extended it out a little bit of more of a pitch swing, and then he started making a bigger turn. And I'll tell you what, lo and behold, he ended up going out today and shooting 78, dropping, and he also missed about a few short putts. That would have been even a lower score. He said it's the best ball striking he's ever had. And that just makes me feel good, and it's fun, and it's enjoyable, and I really like it.
So my comment to that is first of all, practice does make perfect, but only if you practice right and have the right drills and the right instructions. If you practice the wrong thing, you'll only continue to get really good at being bad.
Perfect practice makes practice makes permanent. Let's say that. There you go. There's the words of wisdom. Practice makes permanent, and you want to do perfect practice.
You sure do. So, all right. Well, thank you for that tip. As
pleasure.
always, we like to provide value every week for our listeners. Your golf game will improve by listening to the show.
Yeah.
It will improve much more if they take a lesson with Jess.
No, thank you.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a very, very short break. And then we're going to come back and we will talk a little bit more about our beautiful outfits that we're wearing and how to stay cool in the summer, which I guess is approaching in just a matter of hours, right?
Guess so. It's coming.
Saw one post on Facebook that, man, today is a really long day.
91 degrees out today, so I think summer is here.
Summer is here. So, all right, so we'll be back in just a moment, so stay tuned for more of the Golf and Travel Show. And we are back, and maybe nobody else knows how good we look because they haven't checked us out yet, but we think we look really good wearing our Misty Mate cooling cap and Arctic tie.
Yeah.
But to find out a little bit more about what we're talking about, because I don't even know if we know what we're talking about, but
we wear it well.
I know. I always thought that we were really cool to begin with. I didn't think we need to be kept any cooler, but I could be wrong. It's I guess beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly.
But we are cool.
Yes.
So without further ado, we're going to give a shout out to Michael Itila, and he's the account manager for Misty Mate, and we're going to find out how we all can stay cooler this summer. Michael, are you with us?
I am. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how are you?
Good evening.
Good.
So anyway, we'll get to that later. But we have a sponsor spot that we forgot. But we've been doing a commercial for Misty Mate, I guess, for the past 15-20 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll get to another sponsor later. But in any event, so Michael, I've known you now for several years, and I live here in Florida. I see you every year in Orlando, and I'm always hot when I'm out there on the golf course. And I in the past I've been taking, I was telling my co-host Jess here, kitchen towels and rolling up ice cubes in them. And, when you swing and the ice cubes go flying out, it's really not a pretty sight. And my buddy James, he seems to love some of your other products where you've got these misters, and his entire family takes them to Disney when they're online in the summer, and he's the only people that are cool there. So why don't you let us know a little bit about the Misty Mate product line and how our listeners could stay much cooler this summer than they've ever felt before?
Well, we have a full line of misting cooling products. Starts with personal misters all the way through the cooling apparel, which you guys like, obviously. All our personal misters are battery-free. They're pressure-operated. All you have to do is fill them up, pump them, cool yourself off. They work awesome. We have all kinds of different sizes. Even little guys that are about 3 inches tall go right in your pocket, perfect for the amusement park stuff. We have the cool towel, like you were saying. You don't need ice. That thing's awesome. You just get it wet, and it cools off. It's great. You can even put hot water on it, and it cools down right away. So they're awesome items.
Can you explain how that works? I mean, obviously there's these little something or others that are inside the fabric that they absorb the water and they stay cold. How does that work? Just briefly. Not too scientific, of course.
Well, actually on the towel there's nothing in it. It's just the material. What the material does is it retains the water, but it self-aerates. So when you shake it out, that's what makes it get cold. And they get about 20 degrees colder than the ambient temperature. So if you're outside and it's 90 degrees and you put that thing on your head or neck, it's really frigid.
And I got to tell you, down here in Florida, we really need it when we experience our summer, which is only about 10 months out of the year. So now I mentioned, for the theme parks, and obviously, we talk golf more than anything else. My buddy James, he likes to ride his bicycle as well. I mean, what are the most common uses for this product?
The towel, really, you use it for everything. We have construction guys that use it while they're working, all the way to recreational and, professional athletes that use that towel. It's a great product, very inexpensive. We have the largest size towel on the market with the lowest retail. So you can actually wrap it around your neck and it's not going to fall off or blow away,
Well, speaking of, you had mentioned construction sites, and in my day job, I do marketing, and was talking to one of my people who calls on a lot of construction sites, and he had said to me, could we have a product like that, private label? Do you ever do anything like that?
Oh, we do, yeah. Yeah, we've done a couple things like that.
So like logo type apparel?
Yeah, we can get logos on there, and that's no problem. We logo a lot of the personal mister bottles as well for a lot of golf tournaments. They use them as gift bag.
Mm-hmm. Now, also, you had mentioned that I guess my original thought, at least for the misters, would be that they are battery operated. Is that typical of most of the competition that's out there?
Yeah, we're the only ones that are not battery operated. You have some that, they have the fan, and it's just a spray bottle, almost like a hairspray bottle. We're the only ones that offer the continuous spray of mist with no battery operation. So, you're at the ballpark, you're at the golf course, you have a water can every 4 holes or so. You run out, you just fill it up, pump it up, and you're good to go.
And I suppose that most places like that you couldn't find new batteries, but even if you're at a place like the theme park that might have batteries, they're probably like $5 a piece or something, right?
Yeah, right.
So you don't need that aggravation.
Right. It's a good benefit, for anything. Golfing, camping, same thing. You're out basically in the wilderness. You just need water.
Well, I guess it's environmentally sound as well. Right. Batteries are not too good for the environment. And speaking of which, environmentally sound, I had a different product that's in your genre, so to speak. It was a towel of some sorts, and I used it once, and it seemed that was the end of it. It turned into like a piece of cardboard or something. Your products, how long do they last? The ones, the fabric, the apparel type products.
It'll last until you beat it up. Our towels are machine washable. You could put it in there, clean them up after a long day or whatever, but we don't have any chemical activators or anything like that, which some of them out there do. So you don't have to worry about that. It just basically does its job. The towel retains the water, it aerates and cools you off.
Well, again, that's, to me, things that aren't disposable, things, not only is it a better value for the money because you could keep using it, but you're not tossing it in the trash and filling up landfills, so that's pretty cool as well, especially for guys like us out on golf courses. We're worried about the environment, so that's pretty neat. Now, if people wanted to find your product, where is it typically available? Do they find it at a store? They're online, golf shops?
Well,
where do you find this?
All of our products are available at our website, which is mistymate.com. But you could find them at various retailers. We're all over. You have down in Florida, you guys have Publix, Walgreens. They carry a lot of the smaller mist bottles. They carry the towels. Walmart has a few items as well. So they're really all over.
Which is unusual. I mean, typically when we meet somebody like yourself at the golf show, it's a little bit more specific to see that kind of broad distribution. We don't hear that, so it's kind of neat to know that it's available. Now, how long has Misty Mate been around for?
We've been in business since 1989, and we founded the concept of the pressure-operated personal mister. So that's what started it. It was...
I was going to say, who came up with that idea?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
was that you? Do you have a partner? Is there some mad scientist somewhere?
No, it was That was a guy a long time ago that owned a landscaping company that came up with it and founded the company, and it's grown from there to, basically a misting bottle to cool off his workers to the full range of misting products that we offer now.
Wow. And now, so give me an idea of some of the other sports that you think that this is appropriate for. I mean, off the top of my head, I think of, the bikers, runners, triathlons. I mean, what other sports besides golf do you feel that this is perfect for? And where do you go to other shows for other industries as well that it seems to be very popular for?
Yeah, we do quite a few shows. As far as sports, it's pretty much great for every sport except hockey.
So these you can't put it in the dryer and then it stays hot for 2 or 3 hours, right?
Yeah, right. As far as like biking, triathlons, things like that, the cooling apparel, the towel, the tie, the cap, they work great. Also, our some of our bigger personal mister bottles, they're all the size of a cup holder. So you can put it in your bottle holder. If you're in a golf cart, it fits right in there. You're on a boat, wherever. Pretty much everything. Baseball, football, soccer. Anything that cools that body temperature without shocking the body.
Mm. Well, and with the mister, I mean, is there anything about that keeps it cold, or it's just thermal, or I mean, how does Go ahead.
It's the concept behind it. The water, you could actually put scalding hot water in the bottle to where you could barely hold the bottle, and when you spray the mist, it's still a cool sensation. Without getting too technical.
Yeah, please don't. But we're just sitting here with like looks of amazement. It's like, really? How can this be? But
well, basically what happens is the nozzle that we have in all our bottles puts out such a fine mist. It's not the water in the mist that's cooling you. The mist is flash evaporating in the air and cooling the air.
Okay. So is that like a similar thing to like when it's summertime and people have hail coming down? Probably, right?
Yeah, it kind of would. It's the best actually in Florida. This is a great reference that we use. It's that where it's hot, 85 degrees, 95 degrees, but you're standing on the beach and that ocean breeze feels cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the same concept, just in a handheld personal mister.
Well, it's very cool, and no pun intended. But like I say, we're wearing ours. I've used the products before. I've always enjoyed them. Like I said, my best buddy, he loves the product, and I know that he knows a good product when he sees one as well. Yeah. So that's why we wanted to inform all of our listeners about it, especially on this occasion with summer. I believe tomorrow is the first day of summer, so we thought even for the folks up north who only have a shorter summer than we do, this is the kind of product that they need. So one more time, your website?
www.mistymate.com. And we also have a Facebook page as well.
Sure.
You can follow that for specials. That's just Misty Mate Inc. on Facebook. We do all kinds of stuff off that. So.
And of course, our Facebook page, facebook.com, The Golf and Travel Show. You could weigh in on who looks better, me wearing the Arctic tie or Jess wearing the cooling cap.
I love the cooling cap. It's very comfortable, I have to say.
I'm definitely going to have to check that out.
Yes, please do, so that you can vote as well. Exactly. Yeah. So, all right, well, thank you so much for calling in, Michael, and I will see you probably in January.
Sounds good.
All righty, you take care.
Thank you.
All right, now we missed our sponsor because we had so much to talk about. So why don't you fill everybody in on our favorite sponsor?
This would go well with our lessons out there. So
absolutely. So let's hear about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So today I was teaching out at the beautiful Boca Dunes Golf and Country Club, which is located right here in South Palm Beach County, and it's one of the Boca Raton's best kept secrets, but not for long, as we keep on talking about here at the Golf and Travel Show. And it has a par 72 championship and an executive golf course Both courses are a challenge for all skill levels, and with the only lighted driving range in Boca Raton, the grass is in perfect condition out there in that driving range. It is fluffy and green, so a lot of good shots coming off the driving range, hopefully. And there's also a putting green and snack shop all open until 10 p.m. Discounted memberships are available for only $60, and with those discounted memberships, you receive discounted rates and afternoon specials. It's a pretty cool deal. So there's also a 9-hole Thursday night league for only $13 a player, another great deal. So you can call the Pro Shop at 561-451-1600 extension 101 for additional information. And if you've never played Boca Dunes, come and see for yourself what a great course this is. It's located at 1400 Country Club Drive in West Boca Raton, or check out their website at bocadunes.com for tee times and additional information. Please call 561-451-1600.